beats me, or I just don't get subs really all that much. So 500 a month, that's a lot, at least to me. So thank you guys so much for all the support you guys are giving me. If you are new here, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. But yeah, also a very quick thank you for the super thank you, super comments from Trenton. Thank you so much for your comment, Trenton. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And also thank you so much to Logan. Thank you so much, Logan. Actually insane. Again, like this month has been so much support for you guys, and also just like the lovely comments you guys left me during Thanksgiving. Like it really meant a lot to me, really warmed my heart. And you know, I love this time of the year. It's my favorite time of year. Everyone's just in such a good mood and just spreading positivity in that way, and also other ways of just, you know, just commenting, things like that. It really means a lot to me. So again, thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, I think that is everything. Yeah, so let us get right into tonight's video. So again, not sure I'm going to title this video, but it is a choose a team, choose a starting five. And in this one we have Team Blue, Team Red, and Team Green. So again, make sure you comment down below your team. In this one, Team Blue is a team starting of its star Steph Curry, and building around Steph Curry they have JJ Redick, which is kind of an interesting pick, DeMar DeRozan, they have Kristaps Porzingis, and they also have Nerlens Noel as their starting center. So again, big time players in Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Kristaps Porzingis. Those are some pretty good pieces. And you have JJ Redick, a good veteran who's not even in the NBA anymore. So maybe, I don't know if it's prime JJ Redick, that'd be kind of dope. And then you have a big man down there, Nerlens Noel. Then you have the red team, which is built around Joel Embiid, and it is a team of LaMelo Ball at point guard for the red team, Buddy Hield at the 2, Kelly Oubre Jr. at the 3, Jay Crowder at the 4, and Joel the Process Embiid. I'm trying to get better at my finger fluttering at the center position, so that's a pretty good team. LaMelo, Hield, Oubre, Crowder, Embiid. That's a pretty fire team. Then we have the green team. The green team consists of Kyle Lowry, Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter at small forward, which I don't know if that's a really great spot for him. Then you have the team captain Giannis and Clint Capella at center. Oh man, that is kind of tough, man. Well, not really. This one's actually not that great now that I really think about it. I think me personally, and probably a lot of you watching this video, I'm going with the red team. The red team has LaMelo Ball and Joel Embiid. That dynamic duo is already super eye-catching. Not only that, you have very good, you know, scoring ability with Buddy Hield from the 3. You have Kelly Oubre, who's really good at that as well. I don't feel like he can go off for 25 points any given night. Also, kind of a good perimeter defender. And then you have Jay Crowder at power forward, which I hate having Jay Crowder at power forward, but if I had to, that's not a bad undersized power forward. Yeah, I think the red team, the blue team's kind of good, but actually, man, with the way DeMar DeRozan is playing this year, man, it's just the JJ Redick and Nerlens Noel players. I don't know why those guys are on there. No offense to them, but I don't know. And then the green team just really has Giannis and no one really else. I mean, Lowry's obviously like a good piece, but him to be your second best player, I mean, arguably Clint Capella could be, which again isn't really best second option. I'll pick the red team. Blue team's also pretty good, but I'm going with the red team. This one, kind of playing off it, but being a little bit different. This one is not only, you know, pick your team. This one is pick your big three for your team. We have choice of the red squad with Damian Lillard, Zion Williamson, and Paul George. Not a bad big 3 if you ask me. You have the blue squad, which has Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, and Draymond Green. Wow, that's a crazy team. you have the orange team, I think it is, or orange squad. You have LeBron, obviously very good, very good. Then you have Klay Thompson and Karl Anthony Towns, which is ooh man, everyone has been saying for years how much they've wanted Klay Thompson to play with LeBron James, and it looks like they get the chance there. Then you have the green squad, which again is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Kevin Love. Oh my goodness, that's really, really tough. I'm gonna say this now. Completely no offense to Kevin Love. He is the worst player on here, which again, no offense. I don't think he's a bad player, but with all these other guys on there, and at least from what I've seen from Kevin Love, really brings the value down of the green team. And I know how good Giannis is amazing, and Nikola Jokic, obviously, these guys are both of the previous MVPs. But all the other teams are just so well-rounded, and then this team has, two great players, but then Kevin Love, like, ooh, I don't know if I could pick the green team. Man. And then with the red team, or red squad, whatever they call them, I mean, Dame and Paul George is a really good start. That's really amazing, but I mean, Zion is, ooh, and I'm not taking even into account his, health. I'm not taking health into this account whatsoever. It's just that, man, all the other guys are like in their prime, and Draymond Green, you could say, is probably like the second worst player on this list, but man, like his impact, his IQ, his leadership, like that is, in my opinion, so important. I think I'm taking this a little bit too seriously, like in real life maybe. Obviously, if we're just going based off of just like how they look, of course, like Draymond makes it a little bit uglier, but if I'm thinking realistically what team would actually work really well together, I think blue and gold. I mean, not gold, orange. Those ones look really appealing to me. Because, I mean, you have LeBron and Klay Thompson, and I'm assuming they mean, like, before injury Klay Thompson. Like, I'm assuming that's what they're assuming. If not, then, of course, this team doesn't really work out. But, man, and then Karl Anthony Towns, that man never really gets the shine he deserves, at least I feel. Kyrie and Kawhi Leonard, man, that's a crazy duo. I would really need to see, like, the rest of the team that was built around orange team, but at least in my opinion, I think orange team might be the best. If they even got like a decent point guard and a decent like forward wing to play alongside LeBron, that team would be so deadly. And then again, pre-injury Klay Thompson, like him playing with LeBron James, even LeBron James in nowadays terms is still an amazing player. We saw him put up crazy stats his last two games against the Kings and also the Indiana Pacers. And then Karl Anthony Towns is a player who, again, just really never gets the shine I feel like that he deserves. I think that'd be my go-to big three. And then again, if they even have two really good starters, I mean, that team is wildly good. But if I'm trying to just pick the best big three to like build a team around, I'm gonna go with the orange squad. I think blue is really close with the second one there. I think the defensive capability of Draymond and Kawhi Leonard, that's already insane. Crazy scoring in Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna go orange star next. Pick your team, choose your team, whatever you want to call them. We have the blue team, gold team, and red team. For the blue team, I guess the team captain, the star, is Kyrie Irving, which again, don't really know, how long ago these were made, but probably before the season started, I'm assuming. Their blue team is Kyrie Irving, dynamic duo with Bradley Beal. That's pretty sick. You have TJ Warren, Serge Ibaka, and Brook Lopez as the big. You have the gold team, which consists of Kyle Lowry, Contavious Caldwell Pope, Kelly Oubre Jr. again, Draymond Green, and Nikola Jokic as the star. So you have Jokic, you have Draymond, you have Kyle Lowry. That's definitely a very high IQ team. And then you have the red team, which consists of Russell Westbrook, you have Buddy Hield, PJ Tucker at the 3, which is kind of a weird spot to put him, Zion, which is sort of the superstar, and then Bam Adebayo at center, paired up down low with Zion. Holy cow. does stretch the floor a lot for you, create some offense, but also a very underrated big defender, pretty decent rebounder. Serge Ibaka, defender, rebounder. TJ Warren, I wish could be a little bit more of a two-way player than what he is, but definitely has the potential to be that. I think I'm picking the blue team. Gold team would be like the one that would be I'm most intrigued about actually watching, because that'd be very high IQ. The red team is probably the most exciting team. Obviously, Westbrook and Zion and Bam, that's a very exciting team, but I think the best team would be the blue team. And then we'll end the video on a different sort of topic, kind of the same thing, again, sort of picking, building a team. We have one here that's kind of a fun one to think about, is build a team around prime Kobe Bryant. Yes, build a team around prime Kobe Bryant. So, Kobe Bryant, obviously a two-guard, you gotta build a team around him. At point guard, we have a choice of Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, or Chris Paul. That's kind of exciting, to be honest. Man, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, or Chris Paul. Well, Kobe is obviously a player that definitely loves to have the ball in his hand a lot. Oh man, you know what? I think I'm gonna say Chris Paul. I think Jason Kidd, what made him such a good point guard is that he was so smart with the ball in his hand, having the ball in his hand a lot, starting out with the ball in his hand a lot, creating opportunities for a lot of other players. I think if we're building a team around Kobe, I think that kind of leads him out, because Kobe, you know, I really want him to have the most opportunity. Jason Kidd's a great player, but he's not going to play off the ball all that well, especially, you know, prime Jason Kidd, New Jersey Nets Jason Kidd wasn't really the best shooter at that point in his career, not until later when he was like, you know, a Dallas Maverick player. He got really good at shooting the three. And then Steve Nash, again, a player, I feel like he is the best when he is the focal point, when he is the player to have the ball in his hand. So I think Chris Paul is probably the best fit there, because he can play the ball in his hand. He can be the go-to guy with the ball in his hand. He can play off the ball very well too. I would say Chris Paul at the point. Obviously Kobe at the two. Then at small forward, we have a choice of Paul Pierce, Carmelo Anthony, or Tracy McGrady at the three. Wow. That's crazy. That's tough. I think, you know what? I mean, if it's like prime, no injury at all, Tracy McGrady, I'm gonna pick that Tracy McGrady. He's just as good of a scorer as Paul Pierce. You can maybe argue Melo being a better scorer, but in their heyday, I mean, who knows? But at one point in time, Tracy McGrady was averaging like 35 points in a game and was a pretty decent two-way player, so that's why I'm gonna pick him, because also his defensive capability, his athleticism was off the charts. I'm gonna pick him, so he can play, you know, again, off the ball, on the ball. We have power forward of Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, or Chris Bosh. I don't know why I said like that. Chris. Yeah, there we go. Chris Bosh. Oh man. Jeez. They're all so good. They are all so good. Again, if we're playing in like the 2000s era, I think no doubt, I think the answer would be Kevin Garnett. He's definitely the best player, no offense, out of these two other guys. You could probably argue Dirk Nowitzki, but, you know, offense and defense, I think Kevin Garnett easily takes the cake there. But again, if we're playing in nowadays era, being able to stretch the floor like Chris Bosh would be amazing, or even Dirk Nowitzki would also be really good. But you know what? I'm gonna pick Dirk Nowitzki. He is probably gonna be the worst defender on there, but I think he will make that up so much with offense. And again, I'm envisioning this, if we're, you know, building a team like right now. Again, if it is like back in the day, like 2000s basketball, I'm 1000% taking Kevin Garnett, but I'm gonna pick Dirk. And then at center we have Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace, or Yao Ming. I like Yao Ming, just a little too slow for me as a center. And then Ben Wallace is a little too undersized for me as a center. No offense to them, I think they're both very talented players. But I mean, prime Dwight Howard, 6'10", 6'11", super athletic. You could even feed through him. Obviously, being, you know, the focal point down there in Orlando for a handful of years. I'm picking Dwight Howard, especially also on the defensive end, of course. So my team is going to be Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dwight Howard. And then again, if it's like a 2000s team, I'm picking KG, but I haven't figured that out in my mind yet. But anyways, that's my team. And the Gomez, I think might be enough. And then also with Joel, you can hit a three here and there. I think having also Klay Thompson there doing that as well, I think Jimmy Butler would maybe just fit better. I'm not saying that like he is just better. I'm not saying that, but I would like to see that with Jimmy Butler. So I'm gonna pick Jimmy Butler at the 2, KD at the 3. We have a 4 power forward position of Jay Crowder or PJ Tucker. Man, yeah, definitely PJ Tucker this year's not doing so hot. I mean, if it's in this picture he is Houston Rockets PJ Tucker, which is definitely a very interesting player. But I think I'm gonna go with Jay Crowder either way. I think he is just more of a better fit guy. He can switch a lot more, at least in today's NBA. Probably even a better three-point shooter. I actually don't know off the top of my head like their percentages, but definitely a good three-point shooter as well. So I'm gonna say Jay Crowder at the 4, and at the 5 we have Miles Turner or Al Horford at center. So you either are like getting, probably more of like a championship win now, high IQ team player like Al Horford, or with Miles Turner, you're playing more off of talent and stats and all that stuff. Man, that's really tough. Because Al Horford is just, I really don't like playing with slow centers. I really don't like that. But I think this team might actually be better set in like a half-court scenario, not a full-court scenario. So I think I might actually pick Al Horford here. Because he is also a very high IQ, very smart defender. And if we do play half-court, we can play small. I mean, not small, we can play slow. Just milk it with KD and having really good play with Jrue Holiday and Jimmy Butler. Yeah, I'll say Al Horford. I think that's going to be my team. So we have Jrue Holiday at point. We have Jimmy Butler at the 2, KD at the 3, Jay Crowder at the 4, and Al Horford at the 5. Not bad idea, guys. That is going to be it for me. Like I said, I have no idea what this video is even going to be titled. I just wanted to do like kind of like a rambling NBA talking video because I think I've done like every team's blank videos the last like